Hello everyone, welcome to day 5. We've made it. You've made it. If you're watching this live or on the replay, you've made it. Day 5. What an incredible achievement. What incredible progress. What an incredible few days we've had. How insane has it been for you? For me, these 5 days have been so fulfilling. They've been so nourishing. They've been just really special for me personally. Honestly, I mean that. Because you and your enthusiasm to learn and grow literally fuels my ability to share great ideas. I know that when you want great ideas, when you want to learn, when you want to develop, I'm here bringing my best as well. Let me know where in the world you're tuning in from. Let me know whether you're 4 out of 5, 5 out of 5, 3 out of 5, 2 out of 5. Remember, there's no better. You can go and catch up. Mark from South Africa, Linda, Denmark, 5 out of 5. Amazing. That's awesome. Aaron says, hi Jay, 5 out of 5 and now a genius. So a huge welcome to all geniuses. I'm going to keep saying that for a moment because I know a lot of you are telling me right now that you're geniuses. That's amazing. El Marie, I hope you're a genius now as well. Ghazal, if you're 5 out of 5, I hope you're a genius. Somia, I hope you're a genius too. Awesome. Bobby says it's been awesome. Katrin says, last day, but already a new genius member. Amazing. Well, if you're a genius member, I've got an announcement for you as well. This is fantastic. Kara, I'm glad your hands free. Awesome. Cheska says 5 out of 5 days, incredibly lifted off my spirit. Finally a part of the genius group. Can't wait to unlock my hidden genius and put it into practice. Absolutely amazing. Louise says 5 out of 5, new genius. Thank you for doing this. I'm so excited for the new journey. Dublin Island. Louise, thank you. It means so much to me. This is awesome. Welcome to all new geniuses. I want the genius family to welcome every new genius to the group, right? Show them some genius love. Show them our style. Show them how we do it. Show them how caring, incredibly compassionate, non-judgmental, and all-encompassing our incredible community is. Maya, great to hear. 5 out of 5. I hope you're doing genius. Anna, I hope you're joining too. Katerina, 5 out of 5. I hope you're joining as well. Awesome. Bailey, great to have you here as well. Awesome. Sophia, good to have you live. Thank you so much. I hope you're a genius member. Fiona's a genius member from the Netherlands. Amazing. Bharati, great to see you here as well. Geeta, lots of love from Malaysia. That's brilliant. Thank you so much for being here. Vicky joining from Ohio. That's fantastic. Become a genius. You can either be a annual or a monthly member. Okay, great. So it's great to have so many of you live right now. The first thing I want to do is say to all of you who've done 5 out of 5, whether you watch the replay or whether you've done the lives, a huge, huge welcome. Well done. Congratulations. A huge, huge win for you personally. For 5 days, you've dedicated your life to personal growth, investing in yourself, and believing that investing in yourself is important. That believing in yourself is a really important priority, right? It's so, so, so important for you to do that. And I'm so glad that you've taken that commitment. I'm so glad that you've focused in on that as well, right? And you've been here. So thank you so much for that. And I hope that you've seen that an investment in yourself results in a better mood. An investment in yourself means that you're feeling energized. An investment in yourself means that you're growing, you're moving forward. And therefore, all of you that have taken that step to become an annual or a monthly genius member today, congratulations. You have seen the power of investing in yourself. You've seen the power of self-worth. You've seen the power of valuing that you need energy, that you need fueling, that you need growing. And when you do that, everything around you grows. Your money grows. Your relationships grow. Your work career grows. Your children, your family grow. Everything grows when you grow. If you're not growing, it doesn't matter what you do, nothing happens. If you don't grow, nothing grows. If you don't move, nothing moves. So when you invest in your growth, everything around you spirals upwards and propels and elevates to the top. So a huge thank you to each and every one of you for taking out the times in your day, for prioritizing your growth, for giving yourself the permission to invest in yourself. And that's the biggest mistake we make. If we don't give ourselves the permission, like we said yesterday, someone who doesn't feel they're worthy enough to invest in themselves. Hence we end up investing in everything apart from ourselves. Right? Rosalina just signed up for Genius. Welcome. If you signed up for Genius, let me know right now. If you haven't already, go ahead, go and sign up. And come back and tell me as well for the annual or the monthly. But let's start off with today's session. Today is content session number 5. I have a whole lot of coaching to take you through today. So I hope you're ready. I hope you've got your notebooks. I hope you're prepared. Session 1 was making peace with your past. Session 2 was, do you remember, what was session 2 about? Session 2 was figuring out your priorities. Session 3 was unlocking your potential. Session 4 was daily practices and habits. And number 5 today is people, relationships. One of the biggest rules to create the life you want is recognizing the value that no matter how powerful you are, you can't do everything on your own. Recognizing that it's not always what you know, but who you know. How many times do you know someone who got a break, who got an interview, who got a position, who got an opportunity because of who they knew, even more than what they knew? How many of you know someone who's been through the biggest pain, but because they had their family, because they had love, because they had care, they broke through it? And how many of you know people that didn't have those things and therefore have struggled, therefore have suffered in life? Therefore, they haven't had that success and growth. How many of you have seen how powerful relationships completely transform our experience of life versus when we don't have them in our life? Maybe even in your life, you've experienced times when you've had incredible relationships and your life's growing. You've got someone to share it with. Even if you're succeeding on your own and you've no one to share it with, you can't even appreciate that success. You can have all the money in the world, but if you don't have money to someone to share it with, it makes a big difference. You can have all the facilities in the world. Now, I have an incredible wife, as many of you know. I did an interview with her for my podcast, and I'm so grateful that I met her before my journey, because I met her before all of this started. Actually, when I met, I didn't even have a job. I had zero money in the bank account when we met, and I had nothing when I met her, but she loved me for me, and I loved her for her, and now we've been together for 6 years. We've been married for 3 years, and it's been incredible. Because I've been able to share this journey with her. I've been able to share the successes, the highs, the lows, all of that with her. And that's what's made it meaningful. And we also know who really loves us. When we go through that and we see the relationships that last, we also know who really loves us, who really cares for us, who's really there for us, right? Have you ever had that experience where sometimes in the toughest situations, people just disappear? How many times have you had that? Happens to all of us. And this is what I loved when I read this study. This 75-year-old Harvard study found the one secret to leading a fulfilling life. And before I tell you that secret, I'm going to read some of your comments. Vicky, 5 out of 5. Yes, thank you. Becoming a Genius member today. Make sure it happens. Desiree says, I tried to sign up, but they declined my credit card. It's paying from UK. Desiree, that's fine. You can pay from anywhere. Try it again or reach out to our team as well. Beatrice says, tried to sign up for annual, but it's not going through. Okay, we will sort that out for you for sure. Sahani and Kavit will be in touch, or someone from the team will be in touch. Awesome. Who else? Amazing. Who else? Dorothy says, hello, Jay. 5 out of 5. Thank you so much for this special coaching. I hope you join Genius too. Would love to have you there. Okay, brilliant. So we all know this about relationships. Jacqueline, you just joined the Genius crew. Welcome. I'm going to do that later on because there's so many of you saying, just keep telling me you joined Genius. We'll definitely thank you for joining later. So this 75-year-old Harvard study found the one secret to leading a fulfilling life. Prioritizing what's important is challenging in today's world, and we talked about that on the second day. The split focus required to maintain a career, a home, not to mention Instagram, Facebook, all of this, it's overwhelming. And for over 75 years, Harvard's Grant and Gluck study has tracked the physical and emotional well-being of two populations. 456 poor men growing up in Boston and 260 male graduates from Harvard's classes. So you're looking at both ends of the spectrum. Now listen to this. The conclusion of this study, the clearest message that we get from this 75-year study is this: good relationships keep us happier and healthier. Not how much is in your 401k, not how many conferences you spoke at or keynoted, not how many blog posts you wrote or how many followers you had or how many tech companies you worked for or how much power you wielded and how much influence you had in your life. No, the biggest predictor of your happiness and fulfillment overall is love and care and community. The value of community is so huge, right? It's so huge. And this demonstrates that having someone to rely on helps your nervous system relax. It helps your brain stay healthier for longer. And it reduces both emotional and physical pain. And the data is also very clear that those who feel lonely are more likely to see their physical health decline earlier and die younger just from being lonely. They're saying that lonely is almost like smoking, right? Loneliness is almost like smoking. It's incredible, right? It's incredible. The power of people in our lives. Remember, it's not what you know, it's who you know. It's not what you know, it's who you know. Whether it's networking for business, whether it's scaling as an entrepreneur, whether it's being happy and fulfilled, whether it's being successful, we want to share that. Meaningful connection. This session was called the 5 rules to create the life you want. The number 5th rule to create the life you want is remember, it's not just what you know, it's who you know. And more importantly, from who you know that cares for you. Someone can be there for you if they truly care for you, right? And the best way to know whether someone cares for you or not is tell them that you're moving this weekend. See who comes to help, right? That's my quick little test to know whether someone genuinely cares for you, who your real friends are. You know by telling them, hey, I'm moving, I need some help. See if they come and help you. That is a good test. Try that out. Do not be offended by their results. It can be hard sometimes. Kara says, you are spot on. My husband and our community of friends, family, church make a world of difference. Absolutely. That's beautiful. 5 out of 5 listening from Denmark. Maria, thanks to my younger sister, Maja, is that right? Talking about people who make you feel happy and supported. Beautiful. That's so awesome. Thank you, Nat, for opening up. I really need my husband to get on board with this because oh my God, I'm so lonely. And so many of us in different areas of our life feel so lonely. And loneliness doesn't mean you don't have people around. It doesn't mean you have no one around you. You can have lots of people around you and still be lonely. And that's actually something that Robin Williams said. Robin Williams said that actually he was surrounded by people, but he still felt lonely. The person who made everyone laugh, the person who made everyone cry, the person who made everyone have this incredible experience watching his movies, but he himself was lonely. Not lonely because he wasn't around people. Lonely because you can be right next to someone, but the depth of your relationship is this. See, your external physical proximity is this. So you're right next to them, but your spiritual disconnection is wide. Does that make sense? You can be physically right next to someone. Externally, you're very close, but internally, you're very far. How many times have you had that experience that in your life, you're physically close to so many people, but internally you're very close? This may even be someone you had an intimate physical relationship with. Physically, you were so close, but internally you were so far because you didn't understand each other's values. What does it mean to have a real relationship? A real relationship is when you understand and respect everyone's values. What is a real relationship? A real relationship is when you deeply want to serve and support that person's highest growth. You're now no longer looking at them. You know what? A really good friend of mine said something to me recently. He is dating someone and everyone was telling him that it's fine. And I was the only person to say to him, like, I didn't know whether the girl he was dating was aligned to his goals. And he said, I'm so glad that you were honest with me. Why? Because we need our friends to be honest with us. We don't want to be lied to by our closest friends, but most people can't be honest with us because we haven't built that depth of relationship. So this 75-year-old Harvard study was showing this. It's not about physical closeness. It's about internal closeness. It's about depth, right? It's about depth. So listen to this carefully. The data is also very clear that those who feel lonely are more likely to see their physical health decline earlier and die younger. And it's not just the number of friends you have. And it's not whether or not you're in a committed relationship. It's the quality of your relationships that matters. It's not the quantity of relationships. It's the quality. It's not about having 1,000 friends, right? Chelsea, great question. I hope you joined Genius, Chelsea. Great question. Where do you find these real relationships now? Not Tinder, I'm assuming. This is why But this is why genius is so powerful. You find them in this community. You find them in a tribe that is only together for this reason. See, when you meet people, the people you've met here this week, I hope you keep in touch with them either way. For those of you coming into the genius community, you're coming into a family. See, the challenge is we can't always make our partners get into the same stuff as we can. We can't always get our friends to do it. We can't always find these people on Tinder, at a bar or a club. Community is so weak. We don't have community access wherever we go. And therefore, the only place you can find it is somewhere where people aren't coming for any other reason. Now, no one is joining Genius, or no one is listening to this right now. None of you came here for this 5 days to find a date. None of you came to these 5 days to make money. None of you came to these 5 days for any other reason apart from knowing that if you grow yourself, everything around you will grow. Your finances will grow. Your family will grow. Your relationships grow if you grow. That's why you came. That's the community you want to be around, because that community has no agenda for you. How many times have you been somewhere where you know people want something from you? Such an uneasy feeling. No one likes being in a position like that. How many of you have been somewhere where you know that everyone has an agenda? But what if everyone's agenda was just to grow? What if everyone's agenda was just to become better and improve? How incredible would that be? Right? How incredible would that be? How many of you want to live your passion around other passionate people? How many of you are now tired around being people that you have to carry? You don't want to date someone that you have to be a parent to. How many of you are struggling with that? Kelsey says, love this question. I've been searching for others I can truly connect with and have meaningful spiritual conversations. I will definitely be joining Genius. Kelsey, that's awesome. Welcome to Genius. Make sure you sign up. And this is the challenge. Right? This is the challenge. So listen to this carefully. This is from the Harvard study. Listen to this Harvard study. It doesn't matter whether you have a huge group of friends and go out every weekend, or if you're in a perfect romantic relationship, as if those exist anyway. It's the quality of those relationships, how much vulnerability and depth exists within them, how safe you feel sharing with another person, the extent to which you can relax and be seen for who you truly are. How many of us need these things in relationship? How many of you want vulnerability and depth in your relationship? How many of you want the feeling of feeling safe and sharing with someone else? How do you want to feel relaxed around someone? According to George Valen, the Harvard psychiatrist who directed the study, there are two foundational elements to this. One is love, and the other is finding a way of coping with life that does not push love away, right? This is what we're looking for. So recognize how many of us want that, where we can be ourselves. And this boosts our nervous system. It helps our brain. And this is why we focus so much on adding the community aspect to Genius. That's not what the reason to join Genius at all. But that is an added element of Genius, that we're also bringing in the community, which makes such a difference. So what I'm going to share with you now is I'm going to share principles to build authentic, genuine relationships. How many of you struggle with networking? The word networking scares me sometimes. I'm like, oh God, when I think of networking, literally I think of people handing their business cards to me. Every time I get a business card handed to me, I feel so uncomfortable because I'm like, does this person want to be memorable, or do they want me to forget them? If I remember someone, I'll ask you for your details. But I want to teach you right now, I want to share with you principles of building real, authentic relationships, real relationships that are going to change your life. Whether that's in business, right? Whether that's in business, whether that's in your personal life, whether that's in being an entrepreneur, whatever it may be, right? Whichever area it may be. But how many of you want that? How many of you want vulnerability in your community? How many of you want depth? How many of you want that in a relationship, right? How many of you want that? We all want that. Of course we do. That's what we all want. And you can do this. You can do this. Chelsea, you haven't missed out on Genius. You can still sign up right now. It went live. You can sign up for Genius since an hour and 20 minutes ago. So it went live an hour and 20 minutes ago. Just so you know. Right? Diane, welcome to the Genius community. That's awesome. Poonam says, I can say this from experience. Coming from a place where you needed people to lift you up, not lift you down, not push you down, joining the Genius family and recognizing the support of the amazing community has been a best change for me, as I've developed the confidence to speak up, network, find people who are on the same path as me. Absolutely. right? So many of us just don't find people on the same path. And that's what's needed more than anything. It's not people who have the same interests. Just because you like the same movies doesn't mean you have a good relationship. It's when you value the same stuff. And this is a great place to figure out who you value. So here are the principles to building real, authentic relationships that I'm going to walk you through. And I want you to listen very, very carefully. The first thing, and listen to it carefully. Right? One of the first things we want to do is start with the right intent. And that's what I mean. When you see someone at a bar and someone approaches you, what's their intent? When someone wants to connect with you just because you're successful, what's their intent? When you look at someone's intention, right? When you look at someone's intention, do they have the right intent? Now, when you meet someone in Genius, you meet someone in a group like this, the intention is, hey, I think I liked your opinions, I liked your views, because that's all you have to base it on, right? This has to be the starting point of any authentic relationship. Ask yourself, what is my intention for this relationship? And this is the challenge we have. We have our intention and someone has theirs. And therefore, if both our intentions is to grow, we're in the same space. But if both of our intentions is different, it becomes different. So, is your intention transactional? I.e., I do something, they give something back. Transaction. Or is it relational? I want a trusted relationship in which both of us help and serve and benefit each other. For relationships to be authentic, your mindset has to be one of a genuine desire to be the value of the other person. Right? We have to start with the right intent. How many of you know in your life relationships that have not started with the right intention, even yours or someone else's? How many of you have been in that position before? Right? What has happened in that way before? Tell me, how many of you have had that situation before? Yamil, it hasn't closed for anyone. So Genius right now, just there's a lot of misclarity. You can join Genius right now. Genius is open, right? It's open to join right now. You can sign up either for annual or you can sign up for monthly. It's the same coaching. It's like a gym. You either pay monthly or you pay annually. When you pay annually, you get 2 months of free, right? And you get access to wealth and communication months, access to special content if you sign up for the annual. It's the same coaching program, but you're getting bonuses for committing. At the same time, if you sign up today for Genius, you get asked into the fast action bonus. You get all my relationship series straight to you today because you joined today. I'm rewarding you for making the commitment today. So you can join Genius right now, monthly or annual. Don't hesitate to go join. Christina says, need Genius in my life right now. Awesome. So that was the second one. Sorry, that was the first principle, right? Start with the right intent. The second thing is ask questions that build positive energy in your relationships. And you can do this in your current relationship as well. A great way to develop a stronger connection with someone is to ask questions that create positive shared emotion. Start by asking questions like, what do you like most about your role? What do you like most about what you do? What's the best part of your day? What are you passionate about? When we talk about that, the challenge is we usually come together to complain. We usually come together to gossip. We usually come together to talk about negative things. Neuroscience research shows that our brain seesaws between 2 different domains. Analytical, which is task-focused, and empathic, which is relational. Questions that build positive emotion activate the empathic domain. When our brains are in that domain, we are more open to being influenced by another. So we want to be in the empathic domain. But so many of our relationships start off talking about complaints, gossip, all of that. That's not empathic, right? Does that make sense? Uzair, welcome. Thank you so much for joining Genius. That means so much to me. Exactly. And also, I made a video about this called the 36 questions. You can find it. If you just Google New York Times 36 questions, you'll have what questions to ask when meeting someone. Now, the third principle I want to share with you is be mindful of labels. Our brain is a bit like a popcorn machine. It pops thousands of thoughts a day, keeping a constant commentary going. Most of our thoughts tend to be negative, and we're constantly labeling our experiences good, bad, and ugly. And sometimes this includes people we connect with. For example, I tend to be, when you meet someone, you're judging them straight away. But let someone win you over. Don't just give away your trust. Let them earn it. So one of the biggest mistakes we make, it's called the halo effect. When you see someone that you're attracted to, you just believe everything they say. But actually, in that moment, that could be true, and that's a good thing. But let them earn your trust. Let them live up to their word. Don't just let them have it. And this is one of the biggest challenges, right? This is one of the biggest challenges. You have to do that. How amazing is this, guys? How many of you are listening, nodding your heads, going, Jay, I've heard this. I know this. I'm going to impact it right now. I'm going to implement it in my life right now. How many of you feel that way right now? Jamie, I want to join Genius, but not sure my husband will be on board. It's for you. You got to invest in yourself, right? If you think you're going to join. B, welcome to Genius. Thanks so much. You'll get next steps very soon. Absolutely. You will get it. Awesome. I love that, Ruby. Ruby says, my husband and I have been married for almost 19 years. And because we're always growing as people, I found it's important to check in every now and then to reevaluate, right? To reevaluate. That's awesome. And you have to check in because we're always changing, right? If you've signed up, but you haven't got the welcome email, do not worry. You will get it within 1 hour of signing up. So don't worry if you haven't got it yet. It's absolutely fine, right? So I want you to focus now on this next principle. The next principle is listening with full attention. You build relationships. You build relationships when you listen with full attention. Usually in a relationship, we're hoping someone's going to listen to us. And imagine if both people are thinking that, guess what? You never form a good relationship. You have to be willing to listen. Most of the time when we listen, we only pay partial attention. Most of the time when you're listening, you're thinking about what you want to say next and how what that person is saying relates to you. You're rarely actually listening to them. How many times have you seen that? When we listen to others, we do two things. We either think about what we're going to say back, or we think about what they're saying in context of how we experienced the same thing. Now, those can be useful tips, but often it can mean we don't listen. Some of our attention is spent deciding how we will respond or what we think about what the other person is saying. This is level 1 listening. Level 2 is when we listen fully to the other person's words. This is better. Level 3 listening is when we fully listen, but we also pay attention to their body language and the underlying emotions. When we feel what they're feeling and reflect that back to them, it helps the other person feel understood and valued. I want you to check yourself right now. Are you level 1, level 2, or level 3 listening? How many of you, when you're listening to someone, just think about what you have to say? Or maybe you're not even there. Maybe you're level 4, a level below listening. Level minus, which is like, what do I have to do today? What am I going to eat today? Right? All that kind of stuff. And most of us don't listen to anyone. Right? We don't, Chelsea. And it's true. Like, most of us don't listen at all because we're constantly having a conversation with our own mind. We're actually, when we're listening to someone else, actually what we're doing is listening to ourselves. Right? How many times have you had that experience where you think you're listening to someone else, but actually you're just listening to yourself? And that happens to us all the time. Right? It happens all the time. So listen with full attention and intention. Level 1 listening is listening but thinking about what to say. Level 2 is when we listen fully to the other person's words. This is better. But level 3 is you're looking at their body language. You're looking at their facial expression. You're trying to read between the lines. Right? And this helps us build up more powerful relationships. Guess what? When someone feels listened to, you're actually surprising them. And when you surprise someone, you're memorable. You become a memorable person when you surprise someone. Jonathan says, this is so true. My ex-girlfriend was always annoyed when I wasn't fully paying attention. I was always thinking about what I had to say next. I'm usually level 1 and 2. We all are, Jonathan. But this is how you change in the workplace, entrepreneur, clients, people. Right? You have to listen. You have to listen. And this is one of the biggest mistakes people make in their life. And you may say, oh, Jay, I know this. I've heard all this. How much are you implementing? Do you have incredible relationships? Are you finding it easy to sell your product if you're an entrepreneur? Are you finding it easy to build up a relationship to get a promotion at work? If the answer is no, then you're not actually practicing all of these things. If you practice everything in what I'm saying right now, you'll be so successful in every area of your life. Like literally, this will change everything, right? And now, those are the key principles I wanted to share with you. There's a few more I want to share with you as well. But those are some of the key ones to get you going and get you started. But becoming a great listener is one of the most important things. Another way to build up a foundational of an amazing relationship is remember things that are important to others. This morning, I spent it with one of my spiritual teachers. We probably catch up every 6 months, right? I speak to him only once every 6 months. This is one of my spiritual teachers. And I catch up with him, every 6 months probably. Last time we were together was 6 months ago. He can remember everything I told him. And he meets a lot of people. So it's not that he has nothing to do and therefore he can remember. He meets a lot of people. When he's in London, he probably meets, in the 30 days he's here, he probably meets around 500 people. And he doesn't just do this with me. It's not because I'm special or because I'm important. He remembers the details about everyone. And there's no more beautiful sound to our ears than the sound of our name, or feeling like something about us has been remembered. Remembering people's names is the first step to relationship building. And remembering other important aspects about them continues the building process. Whether that's the names of their children, whether that's the job they do, what they're passionate about, all of that kind of stuff, right? They tell us what is important in their lives. All we need to do is pay attention and listen. When they're speaking about a family member, an event, or a hobby and their faces light up, remember that, as it's important to them. One of the best ways to include, our challenge is not retention. And you may be saying, I have a bad memory. Our challenge is not retention. Our challenge is attention. Attention is given when we make eye contact. Attention is given when we have touch. And we engage all of our senses. So if you want to be engaged with me right now, if you're making notes, if you're listening, you're also watching me, the more of your senses engaged in the process, the more you will retain. It is an attention problem, not a retention problem. Same thing. When you meet up with someone, if you put your phone away, I have a rule. If I'm at dinner with anyone or if I'm at lunch or meal times, the phone is not out, right? The phone is not out. Anna Marie, very true, Jay. I feel with today's distractions, it's hard to always be completely engaged with someone on level 3 conversation or feel that in return. But this is the point. If we're not willing to give it, how can we be willing to receive it? Right? And remember, the best way to remember someone's name is the moment they say it. Just say, sorry, if you didn't get it right, you can ask at that point. You just can't ask later. Right? You just can't ask later. You just can't ask later. The other thing is, like I was saying earlier, it's not what you know, it's who you know. And it's also who knows you and what you're known for. If you're known for being a complainer, if you're known for being negative, if you're known for being someone who gossips, guess what? That's not a good look. That means people are only going to come to you to do those things. How many of you have that experience in life? People are only coming to you to do those things. If you're popular for being a complainer, that's not a good reputation. So it's very important that you're consistent and manage your emotions too. People whose mood swings from hot to cold have a difficult time creating meaningful relationships. Regardless of how we're feeling, we need to be able to temporarily put those feelings aside to fully listen and engage others that are important in our lives. If we're going through a period where we're experiencing strong emotions that keep us from being fully present with the other person, we're better off letting the individual know what is going on rather than pretending to listen. So if you're struggling, be open and honest about it. Right? These are the qualities. People are drawn to us by our qualities, not by our success. People are not drawn to you because how much money you make. Like they may be at the beginning, but people will stay because of your qualities. And this is the biggest mistake we make. We think it's about something else. Right? It's not at all. It's totally about your qualities. It's totally about what you have to offer. So this is how we build authentic relationships. We let relationships build naturally and organically. What I mean by that is you don't force a relationship, right, to grow quicker. You can't fall in love with someone quicker. You have to take time. And that's one of the biggest mistakes we all make. Jamie, that's so kind. Jamie says, Jay Shay, I feel like a new person just from listening to you the past 5 days. You have, sorry, it's got a, ooh, I was really liking that message. It was very kind of you, Jamie. You've confirmed so much that I've doubted. You're pulling all of my heartstrings. Thanks, Jamie. I'm glad it's connecting. Misty says, I hate cell phones during dinner. My boyfriend gets so mad at me for getting upset with him for texting and being on social media. He doesn't get it. This is why we need other friends who do get it. This is how. So we don't want to become someone that repels people. Like, you don't want your reason to bond with someone to be gossip. If the reason you come together with a friend is gossip or complaining, that's not a good reason. You want the reason to be more authentic than that. Right? So these are the principles for today. Watch this back, listen to it back. Authentic relationships are based on powerful listening, based on asking good questions, based on having the right intention, based on managing your mood and emotions, right? Remember the 3 levels of listening. And remember that people have to earn your trust. People have to earn your trust. Don't give away your trust because someone you get fascinated by. How many of us fall in love too quick? How many of us give up our trust too quick? Be careful about that. Let someone earn your trust. Let someone respectfully show you that they have that within them, right? That they have that within them. That was amazing. I hope you guys recognize the value of powerful relationships. And remember this is probably the biggest missed opportunity. You're wondering why certain people don't give you attention when you're ignoring the people that give you attention. You're wondering why certain people don't give you attention while you're ignoring the people that do give you attention. It's a bad circle. We're wondering why that person doesn't give us any time. But we're not giving time to someone who wants to give us time. Go where the energy is. Go where the love is. Go where the care is. Invest in those relationships. Water them. Nourish them. Let them grow. Let them serve. Let them become better and better and better. Do not throw away a powerful relationship. It's not about quantity. It's about quality. Right? It's about your depth of your relationship. It's all about depth of your relationship. Amazing. Thank you so much for joining these 5 days. I hope these 5 P's in your life will make a transformation. Making peace with your past. Finding your priorities will change everything. Watch that session again as well. Unlocking your unique potential and genius. Remember the story of Wilma Rudolph. Remember the story of Stephen Hawking. Anything is possible. Remember the point. You can't be anything you want, but you can be everything you are. Number 4, daily practices. You have to find your daily rituals and practices that bring you alive. And number 5, people. People, people, people. It's the people in your life that will define the trajectory of your happiness and success. That's one of the most important things. Cynthia says, earning your trust is a powerful statement. I'm going to hold on to that. Absolutely. Oh God, I've realized this a while ago, says Andrea, and it hit hard. I'm focusing on the people who do care for me. Absolutely. The challenge is we just give our trust away freely and expect everyone to live up to it. It doesn't work like that. Right? I was so engaged with you that a half hour, says Victoria, felt like 1.5 minutes. Trust me, it goes so quick, right? Totally. Anuja says, today in the age of online dating, are choosing to be with someone without getting to know each other. I can't do that. I need to get to know them. Absolutely. Of course. I completely agree with you. Fantastic. So I want to talk to you. For those of you who already know, Genius is open and available right now. If these 5 days have had an impact on you, if these 5 days have been meaningful to you, if you've seen growth in these 5 days, imagine what will happen in a year. If I've helped you in these 5 days, if these 5 days have been a breakthrough, trust me, Genius is an amazing place to start. You can try it for a month or you can sign up for annual. You can cancel at any time if it's not what you expected, but I promise you it will be phenomenal. I run a private group for Genius. I think most of you know about it by now. And if you don't, here's what it is. We've been running since Jan 2018. We have thousands of members all across the world from 140 countries. And this has absolutely transformed people's lives, their relationships, their businesses, their marriages, their health. Whether you want to make more money, whether you want to save time, whether you want to bring more energy, whether you want to find your passion or your purpose, it's really been mind-blowing. And I want the same for each and every one of you. And every single one of you can have the benefit of Genius. We're opening a bit right now. You can join right now, right? It's totally available to every single one of you. And this is available. So don't ever feel, right? Don't feel like you can't do it right now. You can do it right now. Right? So what I'm giving you today is walking you through all the information of what you get from Genius. And you can either sign up today for monthly or annual. It's the same coaching, but it's like a gym. You either pay monthly or you pay annual. If you pay annual, I'll go through the plan specifically. But if you pay annual, you get 2 months off free and some added bonuses. But you can start paying monthly and then switch to annual later. You can start paying annual and cancel at any time. There is no lock-in. It's like a gym membership. It's like a Netflix membership. It's totally like every other membership in your life. And the way I want you to approach this, is recognize you're putting in a bit of time or money, but just think about what you're getting from these sessions. Carolyn says, Jay, these 5 sessions have broken me open to finally having a happy life. Join Genius and look forward to more. Carolyn, thank you so much. Welcome to the group. Ralph, thank you very much, Jay. Awesome. 5 out of 5 first live. Thanks again. See you in Genius. Ralph, I'm so glad. See you in Genius. Absolutely. And this is it. I'm hoping that these 5 days have shown you the value of coaching, that they've shown you the value of mentoring. Remember, coaching, consistency, community. So this is what you can experience in Genius. You can experience your life to level up physically, emotionally, mentally, financially, and spiritually. How many of you want to level up and grow those 5 areas of your life? We focus on each of those 5 because all of them are linked to how you feel about yourself, your confidence, your mindset, your communication, and therefore we get you clarity on your biggest dreams. I help you uncover your passion and your purpose so that you can grow financially, so that you can grow emotionally, so that you can grow mentally, right? You learn how to cultivate harmonious relationships like we were talking about right now. That's going to help you network at work. It's going to help you build the right relationships for your career. And you can seek out new career paths. And even more importantly, it's not about changing jobs. It's not a big change. It's about changing your mindset. When we change the way we look at things, the things we look at change. You can find fulfillment and joy in your work every day just through a few pieces of key advice that I can share with you. Genius is truly the place to be if you want to grow. You can learn how to deal with negative thoughts. How many of you deal with negativity? How many of you deal with negative people? In Genius, I will guide you through and coach you through how to deal with negative thoughts. And how many of you are on the other rise? You want to be really successful. You're already on that launch pad. You want to move forward. I will teach you the habits of the ultra successful, things I've tried and tested. And this is the added benefit of Genius. I've done the research. I've done the work. These are proven methods, right? And how many of you want to overcome the pain and struggle and the challenges that daily life gives you? If 5 days have made an impact, imagine what a year will make, right? Imagine what a year will make. You can sign up and cancel at any time. You can join for Genius. The link has come into your emails, right? You can find the link. It's right there. You can sign up. We've emailed it to you as well. If we sign up monthly, once we switch to annually, do we get the bonuses given now? So no, you get the bonuses right now if you join annual right now, bro. If you join annual later, it's as it is. So don't hesitate, right? If you love it, just join right now. That's the bonus of being decisive, getting growth. That's how growth works in life. Sometimes in life, you have to just seize the opportunity. There have been so many moments in my life where if I didn't seize the opportunity, things would have fallen behind. Now, I want to share a Genius story with you. I shared this yesterday as well, but I want to share this Genius story with you of someone who had made a huge difference because they seized the opportunity of Genius. So listen carefully. I wanted to use this opportunity to share a story about my personal growth. Hopefully, some of you can relate to the experiences and even benefit from it. Around 3 years ago, I was in a deep depression. How many of you have experienced that before? Struggling through a long-term dying relationship and working in the wrong industry. How many of you have a dying relationship with someone else or you're working in the wrong industry? At that time and in that state, I could only see 2 options. Continue to be unhappy and victimize myself, or use my desperation to reinvent myself. Make tough and bold decisions and do all the things I knew deep down are good in the long term. But I lacked the discipline to start. How many of you can experience this? Writing this now, I can't help getting flashbacks of the emotional turmoil, going through all that, detaching myself from the safe life, jumping out into the unknown and experiencing my first ever heartbreak was terrifying, right? My goal is to become the best version of myself. My ideal self is someone who has found inner peace, is content with life, lives a healthy lifestyle, has achieved financial freedom, has strong bonds with people, and travels the world. How many of you feel that way? To get closer to that ideal, I would need to manage my time better, find mentors, surround myself with a positive peer group. That's where genius comes in, genius coaching. Fast forwarding to today, I'm now living a more healthy and happy lifestyle, went down from 103 kg to 83 kg, which is just a reflection of the huge changes that have happened inside. The contrast from being depressed to happy is like the difference between day and night. I fulfilled a personal promise I made back in the day. If I get out of the relationship and work situation, I will take a long travel by myself. Had the privilege to attend 2 genius meetups in South California, met some awesome people, and just live life to its fullest. Reflecting back, it's absurd how much life has changed since the decisive moment of taking complete responsibility and action. I'm so grateful to have gone through the transition of turning a dream into a goal and now new reality. Going through this experience has changed the trajectory of my life, but I'm still only in the early stages of this long journey. My current lifestyle was just a dream 3 years ago, a wild fantasy. Now I feel strong and confident. How powerful is that story? How powerful is that story? And it's all because we seize the moment. This is our mistake. We don't seize the moment. When we see something good, it feels right. You're like, yes, I want to do this. This is going to make a difference. And then we block. We let our head take over our heart. How many times have you been in that position where your heart is leading you? It's telling you, do this. It will grow you. You'll make an impact. And your head goes, oh no, I'm not sure I can pay for that. I'm not sure I can commit the time. I'm not sure. And that's your head blocking your heart. And that's the mistake that we live by. And this is just one of the thousands of transformational stories of students that have shared with me from the Genius Group. And that's exactly why I want you to become a genius. Beatrice says, hey Jay, I managed to sign up for Genius. I'm looking forward to an exciting journey. Well done. Thank you for being here. So Satyan, the offer is open today. I'm walking you through it right now to join Genius, and you can attend. So just like these sessions, you will have my live every single week in the Genius community. I'll be live every single week in Genius. You can attend these sessions live or receive replay of the recordings in your own private members area. And if you want my best ideas and my strategies, my techniques, you want to get a step closer to me and get to know me better, and you want to really grow and explore the behind the scenes, if you want to have coaching, community, and consistency in your life, the Genius community is the only place. And here's what you get. You get weekly coaching sessions with me as a group. Now, I have to be really honest about this. I make so much great content, but this is the only place that you will get one-to-one coaching with me. Live coaching, one-to-one coaching, as a group, but face-to-face with me live through Facebook Live. So just like these sessions, we do them every single week. It's the only way. I don't offer any one-to-one coaching. Companies pay me thousands of dollars to come in and do keynotes, but this is the only place I'm coaching. And I had thousands of you reaching out and saying, Jay, I want you to coach me. I want you to coach me. I want you to coach me. This is how we can do it. And that's why I want you to become a Genius member. You get your questions answered. You get new themes every month, and we dive deep. The second thing you get as being a Genius member is you get access to every session from 2019 in the member area. And you can actually search it. You can search our members area for mindfulness, meditation. You can search it for pain. You can search it for success. You can actually search a video library. It's like your own Netflix for personal growth. Third thing you get, guided meditations. Now, the most important and successful thing is doing the inner work. This is like the mind gym, the heart gym, and the soul gym. And this is where I want you to do the inner work. Now, people are paying thousands to go on meditation retreats. And you may know I lived as a monk for 3 years, where I did meditation for 4 to 8 hours a day. I'm actually teaching what I learned. So you're getting direct experience from my depth of knowledge in this space. The fourth area you're getting is expert interviews. You're getting access to interviews with Tim Ferriss, with Deepak Chopra, with Gary Vaynerchuk. I've sat down with these people and asked them the best questions to get their best lessons. Then you get access to my private coaching community. This is people all over the world supporting exercises and get help applying these things. And we have incredible in-person meetups. We have meetups in tons of places across the world. And about I think we have about 98 places across the world now where we have meetups, and you can run a meetup so you can get people together in your area as well. People are paying like $50,000 to be part of a mastermind that offers all of this. We're offering unlimited access to all of these things to Genius members as well. And then finally, an instant global family. This is one of my favorite things. You get access to a global community, people just like you who want to grow. And this is the thing, if you've enjoyed the videos that I've done, if you've enjoyed these 5 days, you'll benefit from going deeper, being much more focused, and this will give you all the growth you need. If you want to rewire your mind, upgrade your beliefs, set yourselves up with success habits, and release any stress, you'll benefit from the monthly live guided meditations. And if you want to achieve more this year, surrounded by a community of like-minded, ambitious people cheering you on, this is for you. You will know the importance of investing in yourself. You've seen it. You've done it for 5 days. You've witnessed the benefits. I don't need to tell you. You've experienced it. And if you've experienced it, you all have to do is get a step closer, go a step deeper, right? And this is how much you have to invest in to participate. 99% of my content will always remain free. I do 3 videos a week. I do 2 new podcasts a week. That's a ton of content. That's always going to be free. But this is for those of you who want to go a step deeper with a committed community and see physical, tangible, actionable growth in your life. And that's why I decided to open Genius Coaching Group for you. And there are 2 ways to join, either as a monthly or an annual. As a monthly member, you pay $39 a month. And Genius is this $39 a month, instant access to everything we just discussed, everything that I just mentioned, and unlimited updates because we're adding new features all the time. And there are no contracts and no minimum monthly commitment. If you pay monthly, you just pay every month and you can cancel at any time. That's literally just $1.30 per day. That's less than a cheap cup of coffee a day, which will get you full access to my live coaching sessions every single week, weekly meditations, global meetups, all my expert interviews, and access to the private group for daily interactions and support. If you choose to go for annual, which is my preferred option because you really commit to your growth for a year, right? And it's the preferred option by so many members as well. You'll get 2 months free. So you actually save on 2 months by signing up for the year. And if you absolutely know that you need my coaching and you just need a supportive community in your life, this is the best option. It's just $390, which is the price of 10 months. So you get 2 free. Plus, if you sign up for this promotion window only, if you go annual, you'll get 2 special coaching series. One is the communication series and the second is the wealth series. So if you're sitting there going, how am I going to get this money? You will make that back by listening to these and really building them into your life. And this is only if you buy the annual. So with the annual, you get 2 months free and this special 6 videos, bonuses, and 2 themes, and commit to your growth for a year. But really, do what is best for you. You can either join monthly or you can join annual. You can switch from monthly to annual at any time. You can cancel at any time. We're super flexible. This is for your growth. This is for your join. Yes, you have to leave this page to join. You have it in your email inbox. And you know, this is the point. I'm committing hours of my time every single week to serving this group. This group will change your life. And this is a limited time opportunity only for a few days. We have over 120K students for this free 5 rules group. And it was a wonderful experience. It's been amazing. But I can only go deep and work closely with a few people. So I love to connect with people by limiting the numbers. And I'm going to get to know each member in more detail and provide more personalized coaching that really gives you results by knowing what are you struggling with and trying to apply that. So yes, at this time, once we hit our maximum capacity, we'll be closing registrations, and I can't wait to get to work to help you build the life of your dreams. And I know so many of you right now have already signed up. A huge welcome to you. And I know so many of you right now are going, Jay, I'm ready. How do I sign up? So here's how you do it. Listen very carefully. It's already live. You can do it since now 2 hours ago. It's live right now. And I want you to choose annual or monthly. That's all you have to do. Choose which one you want to do and you will be right in. And for everyone who joins today, so this first 24 hours, we launched 2 hours ago. If you join in the first 24 hours, you get my first day action, right? You get my first day action bonus. And the first day action bonus is access to 3 of my love series, the 5 love language series, 4 layers of trust, what I mentioned today, and 4 C's of relationships. So if you sign up today, annual or monthly, you get access to my first day action reward. So make sure you do it today. So decide whether you're monthly or annual. Figured that out. You can sign up right now and get that first day action by signing up today to annual or monthly. Let me know your questions. Let me know your reservations. There can't be anything that's blocking you. And if it is money for you and you say you're a student, one of the biggest things I did in life was I worked 3 jobs when I was a student. If you're a student, you've got the most amount of time to make money. So being a student isn't a good enough excuse. You can work really hard if this is what you want to do. You will find the way to make the most money, right? Thank you, Kara. That means so much to me. Thank you, Sharon. Thank you, Anisha. Lebo says, the last 5 days have made some huge changes in my health than anything. As a stage 4 cancer patient, I've learned how to be positive in negative situations. Lebo is sending you so much love and prayers. I'm genuinely doing this from a place of compassion to help you all grow. Akshaya, I love to be a part of Genius. It sounds really attractive and most needed. Absolutely. Join today. Don't hesitate. Who else? Allah, thank you so much. Who else is joining Genius? Prashani says, I was there until I joined Genius. Amazing. I reinvented. That's fantastic. Who else is joining Genius today? How many of you have joined today? I'd love to welcome you right now. This story was the extra push I needed to not hesitate and join Genius today, says John Ted. That's awesome. Katazana says, officially member of Genius, Jay. Thank you for the opportunity and for 5 amazing, inspiring, and open-minded coaching days. Amazing. That's fantastic. Is it possible to recreate your life completely at the age of 35? Of course. I was not able to sign up, Sophia. You can do PayPal, credit card, debit card. Just try it again or email us. Mindy, I do answer questions, as many as I can see through the group on Genius. Absolutely. Nicole says, just joined Genius. I'm so excited. Awesome. Who else is joining Genius right now? Let me know. Bobby says, I need Genius in my life. I'm drowning in debt and don't work. I'm going to risk it. Don't have money until next week though. Yeah, so email our team. We'll figure out what we can do. But I highly recommend signing up today if you can. I understand that, Abby. Figure it out. Hopefully this becomes the motivation. Imagine this. Joining Genius becomes the motivation. Mira says, I'm signing up for monthly subs. I'm really excited for it. Amazing. That's awesome. Can I sign up for Genius on Saturday? Yes, Layla, you can. But if you sign up today, you get the bonuses. Borrow some money. Hey, Pamela. Good to see you. Genius is much smaller, and that's the point, that we get to be able to interact with more questions and more people. And when I see consistently someone showing up, right? That's the thing. And this is the other thing. What I'm going to offer for all of you, and this is for all of you, whether you're joining Genius or not, is I'm going to do a bonus Q&A, 2 lives, 11th April and 12th April. So on the 11th April and 12th April, I'm going to do 2 more lives for this group. This is a bonus for every single one of you who is in this 5 days for you to ask your questions. If I've not been able to get to your questions, if you have questions about Genius or anything else that I covered in the last 5 days, I'm going to do 2 more live Q&As, absolutely free, totally free, as a gift, to do 2 more live Q&As for this coaching so you can ask questions, because we had 5 days of content. Wanted to give you 2 days of questions. So we're going to do Q&As on the 11th of April, 8 p.m. London time, 3 p.m. New York time, 12 noon LA, 12:30 a.m. India, and 5 a.m. Sydney. And 12th April as well, 8 a.m. London time, 3 a.m. New York, 12 midnight LA, 12:30 p.m. India, and 5 p.m. Sydney. We're going to post that in the group after this, but I'm doing 2 live Q&As for every single one of you, whether you've joined Genius or not, just for you to ask your questions. Yeah? Awesome. This is great. So figure out whether you're joining Genius monthly or annually. Julie, you've just joined. Welcome. Thank you so much. Richa, you're joining. That's awesome. Thank you so much. Nia, yes, you can listen to Genius from your phone as well. Diana says, join now and you get the option 2018 for only $99 at checkout. You only have 2 minutes to decide, so be prepared. Great, great tip. Thank you so much. Join Genius today. If you join in the first 24 hours, you get the bonuses. but we're open for a few days. But ideally join today to get the bonuses. But don't worry, you can still join tomorrow. But if you join today, you get the bonuses. Perna says, I join monthly. Awesome. This is fantastic. Rhonda says, going to miss you, Jay, so we'll have to sign up. These past 5 days have changed me and my thought process. That's amazing. I love it. If you can't open emails, if it's not taking your credit card, keep trying again. Email us, let us know. I've signed up, says Lorraine. Welcome. You can cancel at any time. Awesome. Thank you so much, everyone. Make sure you don't miss the 2 Q&As. I can't wait for you to join. Be there. Join monthly or annual. It's going to change your life. Think about it this way. You don't want to get into a position where in 1 year from now, you're in the same position you are now. If you don't change, nothing changes. If you don't move, nothing moves. It's about seizing the moment. It's actually about seizing the moment. See you guys soon.